Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nasha and we are all playing KSP 1.31. So the reason why I always repeat the version number is that in the future, in the distant future, someone will be watching this and this will be outdated, so awfully outdated, and then they will know and don't have to waste time to see the whole video. That's why I always start with that. I just wanted to explain that. So today I want to send 4 satellites around the Sol here, or the sun of Kerbal's universe here. Not universe, but constellation? Galaxy. Yeah, sometimes I mix up those words, which one is the smaller and bigger ones. Yeah, the Kerbal system here. So we're gonna launch 4 of them between the planets here to sprinkle them around, as we will probably be putting a lot of satellites around all the planets, because yeah, as you know, in this game, if you don't have directly contact with Kerbal Space Center, you will lose control over your probe. Thankfully, all this control is instant. There is no latency, which would be a very big problem. It's a big problem in real time. So yeah, we are controlling real time from Kerbal Space Center, which is, they have cooler stuff than us humans, I guess. So yeah, I haven't changed much here on our old satellite carrier. If you want to see this one fly and launch off from Kerbal, and when I built it, you can check out the satellite carrier 4X episodes, where I built this one and how I built it and how I built the satellites and so on. The only the small changes I made here is that I have removed the lights here, because something I've discovered in this game is that actually the lights are one of the most graphics intensive or CPU intensive things you can have in the game. The indicator lights I use here, that mod doesn't really use that, but all lights really suck the power out of your system. So yeah, if you can skip something, skip the lights. If it's not essential, skip it. That's a good tip I can give to you guys. And also for honoring Draylo's many covers, I actually took those 10 seconds of my life of making an action group. So I agree with him. He wrote to me, it looks very nice when everyone falls out together. So yes, I will not show in the launch on this one, but I will, however, record it in case something funny happens. I think one of the things with this satellite carrier here that I feel I have to repeat, in case someone is crazy enough to take inspiration from my videos. Wow, this is loading for a very long time. Yes, there is many parts here. I think it's a 397 parts. And yeah, the reason why I like to do it in this way is that we get 4 satellites with a capability of 4000 delta V around Kerbal orbit in one launch. Yes, it's painfully slow and painfully to do it. 376 parts, yeah. So when we are flying with this, I think I just have to demonstrate, yes, you know, Kerbal lag. You can even hear the different launch pad, launch star. I forgot the name of those. You can really hear that every second I spend here is around 3.5-4 seconds. So every adjustment I make, I have to do very carefully, like here, because we are actually in slow motion. I think the game handles this simulation fantastically. It's slow, but it's not screwing up my game. If I had been doing this real time, 17 FPS is kind of slow, or yeah, it's playable. It's very playable even on an AMD CPU. Like I have the older version, not the Ryzen version, that is not that good at games. So it actually works very well here. So I'm thinking I'm gonna concentrate on the launch now, and we will meet each other at 100,000 meters. And in case something funny happens, I will show it. Yeah. So this, yeah, I just wanted to talk about the satellite carrier. This is such a slow launch, so I think I'm ready here. I'm just gonna slow up a notch and start. Oh no! I forgot that I'm in slow motion here, so I have to be careful here. So I'm not doing too aggressive movements, because yes, it actually makes it easier to fly very hard structures here, but now I have tilted myself a little bit too much and I have to work here, so we don't spin around in that direction because it wants to pull in that direction. Yes, the weakest part of this satellite carrier is actually that I could exchange these parts for Kerbal size rockets and stuff now, because that would help me immensely, because after this stage when I peel off my boosters here, I will just have a thrust rate ratio around above 1. It's just irritating to fly. The reason why I'm flying so fast, I usually don't do it, is because this is a very hard rocket to fly, so we help on the motors, I'm just pushing it, and that is why it's so hard when I peel off them, because our thrust rate ratio will plummet down to just above 1, just enough for us to push us forward. So yeah, it takes a lot of babysitting and micromanagement here, so yeah. But it has 4000 delta V, so it's designed for it, so yeah. I've talked a lot more than I thought I would. I usually do, so yeah, let's see. Okay, now, so as you can see here, the time here until we're gonna stage, we can see it here, it takes such a long time. Okay, let's see. Yeah, as I said before, let's meet each other later. So there we go, that's a very good orbit, is even, and we have around 30,000 meters to maneuver, and it should be enough for what we want to do. So let's point ourselves to the prograde, which I'm already pointing. Let's first go to the tracking station and check our current satellite coverage. Well, hi, here we can see the Kerbal system here. We already have very good satellite around Kerbin, we have very good satellite cover. I remember that we have put satellite around Duna there, so that is only the satellite cover which we have. I placed one satellite in solar orbit between Eve and Kerbin too. So what I want to do is to fill out these positions here between the planets. And in the next episode, I want to launch around 2 or 3 satellites all the way to Eve, to put them in orbit here around Eve. So I think we will have a very safe satellite cover. So as you can see, this is the coverage we have. The reason I like to have a solar orbit is there, because everything will go around here, so it will be blocked by the sun or other celestial bodies around the system here. So by placing some extra satellites here that will be acting like planets satellites, because we are using them too. So yeah, that means if it gets when I'm talking about when Duna go over here, it can be blocked here, and we will need to have a clear signal to Kerbin all the way. So let's see how it will be looking on the map after we have placed 4 satellites here first. So this will be fast work, I guess, so let's go. Okay, cool. So we are gonna orbit here forever, for a very long time. Some people launch multiple missions at the same time. I don't like to do that so much, because yes, I would probably do more mistakes. So let's get our solar panels out, so we are not out of use here with our satellite carrier here. Okay, so let's launch the first one. There we go, slowly. Let's switch over to it. As we are currently controlling this satellite here. Maybe this goes quite slowly here. On my voice. So now, there we go. So it's separated from the rest of them here. So yeah, so it goes very slowly, because we just use the reaction force to get it out of there. And then we would deploy this one slowly. Maybe that was a little bit slow. I put it like on 1 injection force on 1. I don't want it to tangle with other stuff there. That's why I'm using it here. Let's first tell KSP to be controlled from here. We don't want, okay. We have to be I think I will do it like this because I don't want any station mistakes right now. So let's shooting it away here. We'll still controlling it from there, so that's really good. I'm not sure how it works with action groups. If you can, it would be very nice to have action groups on every of these one. But if I press the action group here, I'm not sure if it will be there. Yeah, if you can use the action group and when you have separated like I've done here. So cool. So we have our first satellite. Our solar panels are out. We have the heftiest, biggest satellite here. So, and around 4,174 delta V. That should be more enough. We have thrust rate ratio of 0.62, so that should be good. And here we can see how I want to do the satellites around Eve. I want a similar pattern there, so it will coverage. Then it will go up and spend a lot of time going up here and down here. So it will spend most of the time above the planet, and then I want one below, because that is the most simple system I thought out, but I'm not sure if it's the best one. But it worked excellently when we used it on Duna. So yeah. So let's see here. First of all, we want to go to map mode. Yes, we want to plot a course. That's 4 minutes. Let's put it a little bit later. There is kind of busy. It's kind of busy here with every orbit that we are sharing here, because we have just used. I can put it over here in 7 minutes. I will probably be able to put down a good plot, good course and orbit here. So yes, here we can see our satellite is going between Eve and Kerbal. So let's start with placing one between, I think this is Moho and there first. So we need about 1,000 to be able to spin that around, and then we want to go. I think we have to go like here and like that. That is kind of between Eve and Kerbal, between Eve and Moho. So let's start with that one. So cool. So let's go out of map mode. Point ourselves into the maneuver. So this is not very exact. This is not very exact navigation, so it doesn't really matter if we hit it. The most important thing is that we just escape the system, arrive at, make that orbit happen. So yes, it's kind of nice to just shoot him out and not worry so much, because yes, we don't have to have our approach or something. We would just want to place it between the planets. So this should be a very simple exercise here. So let's so 4 minutes, and then we can leave our satellite carrier behind us too. So let's see. Oh, now I want to be on that one. So we have 26 minutes. We will be burning for 2.5 minutes. It's not very. Yes, I will say 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Yes, because I can. It's not important. We just need this here. So let's go over here. So let's walk around. So our satellite carry, that is our mission I want to do later. I think it's the Kerbal rescue missions. Definitely want to do that. It was a long time since I did a Kerbal rescue mission, so that will be very good practice for me too. So that is definitely what we want to do too. But yeah, first I want the whole Eve rover landing out of my way. So yes, there's been gonna be a lot of steps just to make this. To make sure that our mission is successful before we go to Eve. So I don't want to take any chances. I don't like to use saves on missions. So let's go here. So 2.5 minutes, I said. So let's slow down. So then we need to burn, place it out here, and then we have to skip all the way to the lowest point. And then we just circleize, and then we will have a satellite right where we want it. Yes, this will probably spend a lot of Kerbal years. Just if it was a real space program, it will be a very expensive one. Yes, I don't care that it is 231. Yeah, I just want launch now. Because again, let's see here. Our lowest point is sinking here. But I think our 100,000 meters should be more than enough for us to make this. Hopefully, otherwise I made a grave miscalculation. There's nothing we can't fix. But yeah, it's staying around 90. It's not going around 90,000. So yeah, this should work. Well, I will never do that while you're speeding. Yes, I made one mistake here. Never control your craft while you are time warping, because yes, you do everything 4 times faster, and I'm definitely not that fast. So we went a little bit off course there, but I don't think it should be a problem. Oh, I have no SOS. That is why we drifted off course. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. So yeah. Some mistakes has been made, but we are not looking for approach here, so as long as we can get out of Kerbal system and get out to space and place it where we want to, we should be golden. Okay. So now I'm more confident of using time warp here, so speeding this process off here. As I have SOS now. Okay, so let's zoom out. You can see here. There is where we want to go. And so this is what I'm going to do with every satellite here. So yes, it's not really hard stuff. We have done a lot of harder navigation before, so yes. But I think the satellite coverage will improve immensely by this. And then if you put some satellites around Eve 2, it should make a very good satellite coverage. Maybe a little bit wasteful and overkill, but I kind of like that idea to have a satellite between every system here. And so, okay, let's up here. So here we can see our other satellite is going between here. So yes, but that way we get a lot of satellites that are not just synced to the different planets, but still acts like some kind of place to bounce the signal around. Yeah, so if you put a lot of them, you probably will. You can probably make a more scientific method, but yeah, it will improve it. How much I can't measure because yes, I haven't measured. So let's see here. We are coming here. Spent 150 days. So what do we want to do now? We are traveling very fast here, 14,000 meters per second. Add maneuver and just circleize this. Boom. So that will put us around here. It looks like Moho is not exactly around Kerbal? I think Kerbal, is the correct name for our... Okay, let's see here. Let's point ourselves to the maneuver. So we need to burn 1700. We have 1000 delta V left after this one, so that is good. So let's just point ourselves to the maneuver. We need to burn for 4 minutes, so 2 minutes, and 5 seconds plus for 4 minutes and 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Yeah, so let's just warp over here. And we'll actually just burn it here. It will not make a great difference to be a couple of minutes off when you're in solar orbit like we are. It will not make a big difference anyway. So yes, so let's just burn. So let's speed this up. So we can see our orbits are shrinking here. Nice, nice, nice. So the first satellite is in place. And we have a satellite here. So then we need to put a satellite here. And then we want to put one outside Union too. So what is this one calls? We will copy that one and call this number 2. Yeah. It will not be in order here, the names will not be in order, but it's just a way to identify them more easy. So cool. So let's burn the last part here. That's kind of good. I don't really care if it's not perfect. It's not important. So cool. So let's leave this one here. We will go to the tracking station, rename this one after this one, copy paste that and call this one 2 because it's exactly the same model. So that should make it easy. Okay, so let's rename this one to 2. Now I have it in my copy paste, so that will take less time. Cool. There is not a lot of stuff here, and it's just orbiting around the sun. I can't visually spot anything that look different from here. So yeah, it will spend a lot of time here alone. So let's go back to the tracking station and we'll go to the satellite carrier. Yes, I will skip to the satellite carrier so you don't have to see all that. I just want to go get away a bit before I deploy this one. So let's deploy it now. I think it's safe now, yes. And directly we will rename it so we don't have that problem again. So let's rename this vessel to Satellite Carrier 3. There we go. Let's manually decouple here. And there we go. So let's extend our solar panels. Yeah, so the satellites are designed, they're over designed. We probably just need around 3 of these big ones to have for the biggest relay here, and then we have overkill of batteries too. So yeah, so this is a very over designed satellite. You can probably make it a lot cheaper if you wanted to do that. So let's place it over here, and this one will go. Let's see where we want to place this one. It's over here, so let's put a maneuver in 6 minutes. Let's say around 1000, so we get escape and scroll out so we can see what we are doing. So let's see here. We want to put this one between Duna and Kerbin, the red planet over here, and this color turquoise or whatever you call it. So yeah, let's do that. I'm using big adjustments here. Let's go back. I think I had it over there. As I have so much delta V, I can probably yeah, so I'm designing it in that way so I have a lot of delta V, so I can also change something. So if I want to move my satellites, most of them will probably have around 2000 delta V after I've used them. So yes, I can move them around a bit if I wanted to, without have to dock with them and so on. So yes, over-designed satellite, check. So let's launch this one out to this orbit here. It's very laggy here, yeah, but we have so many parts moving around here. Let's activate our engines. Okay, let's throttle down, activate the angle. So we have 4 minutes and 22 seconds, so 2 minutes and 11 seconds will be good. Yes, it's not very exact here. It's I kind of just enjoy not being exact, just to launch everything without have to worry so much about things. So let's zoom in here so we can see what we are doing here, and we want to warp here. We want to warp 3 minutes. That's a little bit too much. So 2 minutes and 11 seconds. So let's go here. Okay, cool. I will never do it in that way. I usually just wait the time out, so I always get the exact launch, but in this case, we can actually just wing it. I even missed a second here. So let's speed this up until we escape. Oh yeah, uncontrollably while time warping 4 times. So that's there. Yeah, so if you didn't know how to time warp while you're boosting like this, you press Alt and then you press your comma and dot keys. Yeah, so as you time warp usually, but that allows you to time warp while you're boosting yourself like this, or burning is the correct no. Oh, I haven't played a lot of KSP for a while, so all the terms are just eluding me. Okay, so let's see here. We'll be having an escape very soon here. So let's go normal speed. Then I can adjust to. Okay, cool. So we are getting in there. That was probably the longest possible way I can travel, because I will travel 3/4 around the sun to arrive there. Not a very optimal maneuver. I should probably plan that a little bit better. If time matters, it really don't matter. Not in career mode. Yeah, maybe some contracts will run out while I'm doing this, but yeah, I don't really care too much. I'm a rebel in that way. So let's see. So we are kind of just using our eyes to make our maneuver there. So let's warp over here. While we are warping, we are doing crazy things today. We can place out a maneuver. And so this was the long trip, unnecessary trips. We could probably check out the satellite coverage. As you can see, this is how they're communicating right now with each other. So you can see it's bouncing there to that satellite over there, and all the satellites there, and the satellites around Duna too. So yeah, we will get very, at least the inner planets will have very good satellite coverage. Of course, we can be when we are landing on Eve, we will be blocked. That's why we have to place some satellites in orbit around Eve to make this work too. But it's nice, you can see they have contact with each other there, so it helps out a bit. Okay, so we only need to do, let's see here, we only need to do 1 minutes and 40. So let's get 3 minutes close to it. It works in this case. So it will not make a huge difference in this orbit here. So yeah, we're getting a lot of communication with the satellites here, so I'm happy about that. Have I lost contact? No. I'm time warping, yes. I was time warping, that's why I lost. So yes, we can see we have a lot of contact here. So let's burn this one. Speed it up. So we can see our orbit. Yeah, it would be interesting because, yeah, my thought is that we would put some satellites around Eve, and when we go to Moho, we put satellites there too, and then we have all these satellites between the planets that are not in the same orbit as the planets, and that will help our satellite coverage. Or that is my theory. So yeah, we can see here it can talk with all the satellites all the way from Duna 2. So yeah, it has a lot of contact here, and we're very close to Kerbin, of course, which is the most important one. So cool. So let's go to can we go directly to Kerbin? Focus view. Can I see my switch from... I'm just wondering, I've never done it like this. But can I switch to the satellite cover? Once. Switch to... Oh, why was that one called satellite coverage free? I'm not sure about that. That was really weird. Oh! So we have to destroy that one, because that one will screw everything up. But it is kind of easy because we can see where it orbits, so we don't destroy the real satellite. I think I have to go to the tracking station. So here we have the rogue parts here, so let's just terminate that one. We don't need it any longer, so cool. So let's switch to the satellite carrier. Okay, cool. So we're once again here at the satellite carrier. So the usual deal, let's couple one of these guys, switch over to it, speed up the separation a bit, so we don't have to wait. So yes, no, nothing can go wrong. Famous last words. So let's put it here. Let's separate this one first. Nothing can go wrong. I'd landed over there. I kind of like that. Interesting. So yes, so let's rename this. It would be number 4. Yeah, so this was a lot of clicking, clickety, click. Let's see where we have placed satellites for the moment. So yes, we want another one outside here, I think. Yes. So we probably need more than 1,000. So let's see here. Okay, there we go. I wanted to be between Dress and Duna here. So let's push it a bit more here. It's a little bit too much. Let's see it from this angle so we can see. I think around there would be perfect. Cool. So let's point ourselves into the maneuver. You can actually put up maneuver after maneuver, but I don't really like that because the maneuver will be worthless as soon as I get to it, because I have probably not executed it perfectly. But it can be very good to do a pretend trip. I sometimes do pretend trips, then I just add a maneuver node, so I get the idea how much delta V I will be needing to do something. So let's see here. Let's burst 5 minutes, 4 minutes and 48, so 2 minutes and 24 seconds. I started to get good dividing on 2. I'm not sure how it will translate to my real life, but I will be very good at dividing with 2 after playing a very long... Okay. Yes, I need to zoom in. Wonder what the orbit speed will be around there. That would be an interesting thing to see. Cool. So let's remove this one. Warp here. Do a new maneuver. Circularize that one. So we will have 1 minute and 37 seconds. And here we can see it at work here. I wonder when it will be blocked here from the sun. We can check that line there. Yes, it blocks there. And so that is what's gonna happen. You can get planets, and the sun is probably the most biggest problem because it blocks is lost, just quite huge. But yeah, you can see how it works here in this situation here. We will have a lot of points here, and then we will have all the planets. So yeah, it will be a lot of satellite coverage. I think I have overkilled this very much, especially with the biggest relay, because yeah, you can see Duna is still talking with us, and the satellites on Duna still talks with our satellite over here. So yeah. Yeah, as you can see, that can be a couple of days without satellite coverage there if you don't have enough satellites, if there's no alternatives. So we have a lot of redundancy? No, that's not how you pronounce it, yeah. But we have a reliable satellites network here. Okay, so 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Let's speed ourselves up here. That's good enough. Sweet. So we can see the coverage from here with the satellites here. So if we was flying a probe here, it means that 1, 2, 3, 4, probably multiples of satellites will be talking to our probe here. But if you will spend a little bit more time here, then Kerbal satellites will actually be blocked by the sun. But I think my super extra idiot coverage here will help us a lot. So cool. So let's go back to the satellite carrier. Let's plan where we want to put the next one. I think I want to put it in kind of around here, between Dress and Yule here. I see the Dress is moving also in a small, it's not a complete circular orbit or either, so. But I think I want to place it around here. But the problem is, yeah, it will go slower than the other satellites. So yeah, it could be over here when we are over here. So it will have to talk. But then it has all these friends of satellites here to talk to. So yeah, that's what my general idea. So let's go to the satellite carrier. Okay, cool. So let's go from here. Name our vessel. This is number 5. Cool. So I want to go back to our satellite carrier here. We want to point ourselves into the retrograde. And then we don't have to destroy it manually. We will have more than enough to crash. Let's crash this one together. I wonder if we would burn 1000 delta, if we burn 1600, yeah. Of course we have separated from all our satellite, so our weight has become a lot lower, so we have a lot of delta V to use here. And I thought, why not burn ourselves a suicide burn here? I think I want to burn right at the horizon, so we will fall down right. The explosion is not that exciting because it looks exactly the same every time, the explosions, but I wanted to see these things to get destroyed anyway. Because it's not many times, I don't play so often and try to crash, so when I can crash I will want to have a little bit of fun here. We're not going that fast. I wonder if something will survive. Nothing survived. And there we go. Very nice. One last satellite here. It would be nice to see this work on the tracking station. Then we can see all the signal bouncing around. So yeah, this will help a bit. It will not probably help our EVE mission, but it will help. All our other missions in the future. So this is a future investment. Okay, so let's circularize here. Yes, we can do it. 1684. So that's cool. That is. So 1 year and 248 days. So yes, this is a long time investment too. Hopefully we'll not lose contact with Kerbal, but I don't think it's almost possible with so many satellites I have now. So yeah. And then we will add all the planet satellites too. Yeah, this will be awesome. I'm really glad. I thought about doing this for a long time, but yeah, it's a time investment, both in Kerbal time and yeah, this was probably not the most exciting episode ever, but yeah, this is what I do here. So yeah, it's interesting to see all the satellites at work here. You can see every satellite is talking with. So yes, it has sometimes they go out of contact. Yeah, this will be excellent. It will give us extra insurance against satellite cover. It's not that often that I actually use the probes because I always prefer to use the kerbals as often as possible, because it's more fun to have the kerbals in the spacecraft and fly them around. For our EVE landing, I have not came up with a design yet for placing kerbals on EVE and then taking them back yet. So yeah, but sometimes you use this also for sending scientific data and stuff, but I often doesn't do that because I always use the kerbals every time I can. So it is for those times. We can see now that they can talk with each other. They are too far away because they are red here. They are actually out of cover here. So here you can see the problem that we will have in the future when we will start visiting Yule here, because that will be a real problem. You can see that's how far they go. So yeah, now it's very weak. Hopefully I can do this. Yeah, it also depends on luck here. Because yes, we have contact with this one here. The other satellites is on the other side of the sun. They're out of. Oh yeah, I think yes, we have contact with Kerbal over there, so that's very good. I'm actually considering to just, but I wanted to go all the way there. So now we have a big chance of actually get into the problem that I want to avoid. Because you can see, we can talk with all these satellites, we can talk with them. And as you can see now, I'm free there. If I only have a satellite on Kerbal, it means that it would go out of cover here if I was around here and was trying to do something, for example, in Yule. So yeah, so it's important. There is probably better ways to do it, but yes, this will give us some insurance. It just cost me around 200,000 so for 4 satellites with my design, so I think it was definitely worth it. Worth doing here. Let's see if I go out of contact here. Luckily enough, we have some satellites are close to us, but we can see they are going out of contact here. I'm talking with Kerbal right now, but if it goes over there, I think we can't reach it. So that's interesting. Interesting stuff. Okay, we are slowing down here. So let's execute our last maneuver for this episode. And then I want to go into the tracking station and see what we have created. And here we can better see, let's click on the sun. Here we can better see the different... Why is that one red? Oh, it's probably a skew. you can see the communication with the different satellites, how it bounces around here. The coverage is really well, as long as we stay inside dress, I think. But as soon as we're getting out of here, we can see that we have no communication with some of them. So it will be a problem there, and it will be a problem on you. And yeah, it will really depend if you are doing probe stuff. The good thing of using kerbals, yeah, they don't need to have have contact with the Kerbal Space Center to fly the craft. But yeah, with the probes, you gotta have that satellite network. I think we will in the future even put out more. I want to have some more satellites coverage out here in the future. So that's for future episode, not for our EV episode. So the next episode after this one, we will just go to Eve, place 2 satellites in polar orbit, so we can get contact here. But now we have something for our future satellite coverage at least. So that was everything for this episode, and as always, thank you for watching.